Hi guys, welcome back. So today's probably going to be kind of a short, just little update on things I've been working on. I have not quite got as many things done as I had hoped this week, but that's okay. With my husband being home from work and my 6-year-old home from school, it's been an interesting time. But I did get a few things done that were like one-day projects, and I just haven't felt like working on any other major things at the moment. So I'll start with my finished objects. The first thing I made, I posted this on my Instagram, is a new spring wreath. And this is basically, I covered a wreath form in Bernat home decor yarn. It's like almost like a t-shirt yarn. I just had some left over from an old project. And then the butterflies, I don't know if you can see, they're actually like sequins. So they have little holes in them. And then they were flat, and so I folded them in half so they looked more real, and I just kind of hot glued them around. There was 2 different sizes, so I kind of did big ones all together and did some little ones off to the side. But yeah, I just needed a new spring wreath. The old one I had was pretty much dead before our last move, so I had to toss it. So that's what I made first. My second object was the carrot that I bought at Michael's. So this was just a plain wood carrot. I made this I painted it lightly, just with the orange and the green, and then it's actually melted crayons. So my kids have, anybody who has kids has lots of broken crayons everywhere. And all you do is just kind of cut pieces and lay it out, and then I took parchment paper over top of that and then ironed it to melt it. I think you can use just like a blow dryer too, but I haven't tried it that way. Yeah, so I did the orange first, and then I did the green. So there's a little bit of overlap there, but it's not too bad. Yeah, so I kind of like how it turned out. This is definitely, you wouldn't want to put this anywhere like above a heater or in your front door where there's going to be sun shining on it, because obviously it can still melt. But I do like the way that it turned out. So that's my second finished object. My third, sorry, there's not much crochet today, guys. If you remember from my last video, I was making those hangers for my kids to hang up their pictures. So I did end up making a second one so they could each have their own. So my daughter chose to make hers pink, or 6-year-old, sorry, they're both daughters. My 6-year-old chose to make hers pink. So what I did was I had them just kind of paint with like watered down acrylic paint, so that it wasn't so bright, and it kind of just uses less paint that way. And then the speckles, I saw something on Pinterest on how to paint with bubbles. So you put like food coloring in the bubble solution, and then they blow on it, and that just, it wasn't really working. It wasn't showing up as bright as we wanted, so they ended up just speckling it on. These dark spots are where like the food coloring didn't get mixed in all the way, the gel food coloring that I have. My 2-year-old chose blue, so here's hers. And I just glued the clothespins on before they painted them, so they were all painted together. So she has a dark spot of pink here. And yeah, and then I just went over it with some gloss Mod Podge. It's not super shiny, but you can see a little bit of shine to that, I guess. So that's finished. They're not quite as cute as I hoped, but I wanted them to have a chance to kind of make something that was theirs to display their own artwork on. So they turned out alright. I just need to figure out where exactly on this wall they're going to hang. So finally, some crochet. I finished, I'm going to call this a finished object, even though I still have an end to even. I finished a hat for the Hat Not Hate project. This pattern is from Margaret Olander, I think is how you say her name. I'll link the pattern down below. It's basically half double crochets and then the camel stitch at the bottom. I probably, if I would do it again, I'd make a smaller brim, maybe to there. So it's top down, you do the half double crochets, and then you do the half double crochet in the third loop, which is the camel stitch around. So that's that one. This yarn is the Mary Maxim Maximum Value, and I have a whole skein of this. It's 474 yards. So I figured I could make probably a bunch of hats out of this. And I have some other blue yarns in my stash, but they're all kind of like Red Heart Super Savers, so I wasn't sure. This is at least a little softer than that. So I'm going to stick with this for now for most of the hats that I decided to make. I don't know how many. I don't have a goal necessarily. I just kind of want to see what I can make and just go from there. So finally, I have one work in progress. I posted on my Instagram. I try to do a work in progress Wednesday every week, and I completely missed it because I had nothing new to show. But I did work on my scrap blanket. Got some ends going on. So this is the one I showed a few weeks ago. I had to frog it and start over because it was really stiff. I did start over with a 9mm hook, so it's a lot drapier, which I like. Yeah, so that's that so far. And I like how it's turning out so far. Even some of these still have like 2 and 3 strands held together, except for this main color, and this gray was just one. So after a few rows, your arms are a little tired with a big hook and thick yarn. So I worked on that maybe twice this week to get that far. I think last week I got caught up to where I was before, maybe about to here, and then this week I did a few more rows. So that's that so far. And yeah, I think that I told you it was going to be short and sweet. I have a lot of projects that I want to start. I just haven't felt. They're ones that you have to actually like think and count to at least get started because I've never made them before. And a few works in progress that I still haven't continued on. So that is my goal for this week, is to work on my works in progress and then to maybe get started on 1 or 2 new projects. So thank you everybody for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and I will talk to you guys later. Goodbye.